What's going on, yo? Peace and love, yo, to everybody, man. Um, I pray that everybody's, doing well, man. You know, um, so I'm out here in the park, man, just chilling, yo. You know, relaxing with nature, man. It's one of the ways that I like to have peace. You know what I'm saying? I do this every day. I want to say almost every day. I'm out here just chilling by myself. Um, and one of the things that I see is I think it's safe to say that a lot of people is going through some kind of trauma, or at one point in time dealing with some kind of trauma within themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell you that one of the ways how I've done it is that I have to confront it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you confront the issue, what's happening is that you acknowledge that there's an issue. You know what I'm saying? You acknowledge that you have some type of emotion, whatever emotion it is, you acknowledge it. And I ask myself questions every day. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself questions. I do that every single fucking day. Even if I don't know something, I ask questions and trust and believe you're gonna get the answer. It's not easy, because people can be dealing with trauma within themselves that was passed on from their parents, or an abusive relationship or anything. And they could have been dealing with something that's been passed on from generation to generation, yo. Some people could be dealing with something that's never been healed for over 100, damn years, man. You know what I'm saying? So, confronting it is a must. Regardless of what it is, it's like you're on the sidewalk and you know that the issue is to the left of you. You see it. But for a lot of people, they want to continue to walk straight. Oh, fuck that shit. Nah, you go look at that motherfucker right in the goddamn face and find out what it is that triggers you. Because I realized that as a healer and empath, I trigger people a lot. I really and truly do. And it comes up when we could be having something that the simplest conversation, and they are triggered by it. And it's happened quite a few times when I'm talking with people. So I just normally tell people, like, yo, when you get mad, if you get mad or upset, whatever emotion that you are feeling, be honest with yourself by acknowledging that emotion and that feeling. Because the last thing you want to do is say, oh, nothing's wrong, but damn well deep down it's bothering you. So be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And ask yourself, why am I triggered by this shit? And I fucking promise you, you're gonna find out the answer. And then you're gonna find out the answer. Then you're gonna ask, you're gonna ask yourself more questions. And then eventually you're gonna find out how to heal from it. That's what happened to me. It took a while, you know, because I've done some things that I had no fucking business doing, you know, and one day, you know, I had to ask myself, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? This is not you. This is not you. And it's gonna hurt. It really is gonna hurt, you know. But I promise you, when you heal from whatever trauma it is, you're gonna see why people are the way they are. There's a lot of things in this fucking society that that's normalized or considered normal, but it's fucking traumatizing. Something as simple as ghosting somebody is fucking traumatizing. And some people may like, I may not, agree with it. I'm like, okay, you don't agree with it. So think of it this way. Imagine that you have feelings for somebody. You genuinely like somebody. You get to know them and y'all spend a lot of time with each other. You end up thinking that you establish a connection with this individual. And then out of nowhere, that individual stops responding to you, just boom, gone. That's ghosting. And whether people want to acknowledge it or not, it's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? So when you do confront it, just know that it's not easy. But there's a reason why you have to go through it besides healing. Because that's what happened to me. Once I've, healed from the, from the, multiple traumas, I was able to really connect with people on a deep fucking level. And I've got a lot of fucking people that ask me like, yo, are you a fucking psychologist? Are you a goddamn therapist? There was a trainer that I was, working out, some time ago, and I was working out, and then next, hey, how you doing, turns into them telling me about their life story. You know what I'm saying? So, and she was like, yo, I ought to be paying you. But because I know what it's like, because I've been there, I know how to empathize with people, to be considerate and to be genuine. A lot of people do not know how to do that. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of people, man. Some people just don't know how to do it. And for some people, it's because society normalizes that, showing weakness or showing your emotions, is, considered, weak or whatever. Fuck you. How the fuck you expect to bond with somebody, man? And when you dealt with trauma within, so when it comes to relationships, man, a lot of times people, they don't want nothing to do with relationships when they receive some kind of trauma. But believe me when I tell you, if you want to heal from that trauma, don't avoid relationships because of that. You got to confront it. You know what I'm saying? So when you do meet someone, man or woman, I don't give a fuck. Look at the signs to see if they're genuine, if they're considerate, how they treat people that they don't even know. Do they listen to understand, or do they listen to respond? Do they acknowledge your feelings when you are saying something to them. You know what I'm saying? Take all that shit into consideration. How do they, get along with their parents? How do they get along with their siblings? Pay attention to all these fucking signs, I'm telling you, before you get into a relationship with that person. And the thing is, by receiving that trauma from your previous relationship or relationships, you're not only avoiding it, but it's like you're self-sabotaging yourself by avoiding it. So in order for you to be in a healthy relationship, you not only have to work within yourself, but you have to be in a relationship also. You know what I'm saying? I would think, to heal from that, that trauma. And this is when I have conversations with people, I ask questions that nobody has never fucking asked them. Believe me when I tell you this shit. And they could tell I'm genuine, because just like how I'm talking to you all, it's the same kind of tone I talk with them. This is the reason why I have so many strangers approach me day in and day out, every single week. And they are so goddamn comfortable with me. More comfortable with me than they are with their own fucking parents, than their own, husband or wife, siblings, loved ones, whoever. Because I've been there. And I know what the fucking what it's like, man. So you really have to take a hard look within yourself. Some people may not want to acknowledge it, but you have to absolutely take, a hard look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I, constantly failing in multiple relationships after relationship after relationship? You know what I'm saying? Every person that you meet is a reflection of who you are. It's a mirror when you think of it. It could be a reflection of who you are, a reflection of the trauma that you once went through, or the trauma that you're still dealing with. Believe me when I tell you. But you really have to pay attention and observe, people's actions. I would think that your actions are a reflection of your words, and your words are a reflection of your thoughts. So it should be all coming into place, all in line. But the problem is, like I said from before, is people say one thing, but their actions, it pretty much does something completely different. There's some kind of disconnect somewhere along that line. So if you had dealt with trauma within relationships, do not avoid relationships because of that. You're really and truly going to self-sabotage yourself, and it's not a good thing. Because at the end of the day, it does take a village. We're not born on this planet to be by ourselves. We're not. I don't give a fuck how independent you are. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear none of that shit. The key is interdependence. We all depend on each other for something, or multiple things. A lot of us depend on mechanics to fix our vehicles, yeah? We depend on plumbers to fix any kind of issue that we have inside our apartment or house, yeah? Society is sick as fuck. You know what I mean? And they're feeding you a bunch of bullshit. And people are just gracefully passing along trauma after trauma after trauma. This is one of the reasons why I often keep to myself. Because like I said from before, I will sense that shit fucking quickly. Because I do not play that shit. Because at one point in time, we were all children. We were all born innocent to this fucking world. And it's bullshit that something has to happen to us because of what somebody else did that had nothing to do with us. Why the fuck are you passing that along to me or anybody else? That's horse shit. You know, so, and like I said, I had to confront that shit. This is why, like I said, I keep to myself. That's one of the reasons why I have no problem, you know, talking and hanging out with people. I'm not saying that. But for the most part, yo, I'm more so like a lone wolf. I'm a leader of the pack, yo. And being that I'm a leader of the pack, I have to make sure that my mind and my body and spirit is in line and is good. Because I won't be able to feed the village if I can't. You know, there's people out there that disagrees with me, and that's cool. Don't bother me not one fucking bit, man. And it's okay. Whether if they disagree with it or agree with me, it's all right with me, man. But somewhere out there, somebody is listening and is going through everything that I'm telling y'all right now, trying to figure out what can they do to heal from the issue or issues within themselves. But anyways, yo, I know I took, you know, quite a bit of time from y'all, man. Y'all take care of yourself, man. Peace and love.